and it was his daughter's son's cousin's former roommate's breakfast that I ate at McDonald's 5 times today, and then tomorrow I eat 10 times what you ate at Tim Hortons for the rest of my life because you ate what Tim ate and she ate that too, and I'm sick of eating. Coach Greg, and today we're reviewing a video from MattDoesFitness. I can't wait to see what he does because listen to the title of this video. How I went from natural to unnatural in 10 minutes. I mean, did it really take him 10 minutes to swallow SARMs, to swallow fat burners, or to do a shot of test? I can't wait to see how many years it's been since he started taking PEDs and went unnatural. Because everyone knows he's already a fake natty.
For now, I'm gonna show you how I went from this to this in less than 10 minutes.
Okay, so disappointed, it's not actually when he started taking PEDs, it's just how he went from this to this in 10 minutes. So basically, how he filters it, probably got a pump and all that kind of good stuff. So let's watch some more. I'm a little disappointed, but it could have been worse.
So the purpose of today's video is to demonstrate just how misleading social media can be, particularly Instagram, when it comes to making judgments on people's physique.
He's gonna show just how easy it is to trick us, mislead us into thinking you're natural versus not natural, just by doing a few little changes for 10 minutes. And it is in fact true, he's 100% accurate. You can completely look different in 10 minutes if you do the right thing.
Today I basically headed down to my gym with the sole intention of getting a before and an after photo. So here.
Okay, so step 1 in changing from natural to unnatural is you start off by being a fake natty in the first place, okay? So if you're in fact a fake natty, that means you're taking HRT or SARMs or something that enhances muscular development, okay? Doesn't necessarily have to be muscular development to be a fake natty, but you want to take something that enhances muscle like SARMs, steroids, that kind of a thing, okay? So in the before photo, you've already taken some form of PD. And in the before photo, you look your worst, people. You let the gut hang out, make sure you don't have a pump, take a bad angle and bad lighting, okay? That is very important. You know why? Because if you're on PEDs and you pump up, the pump up becomes much more dramatic. Okay, so if you're in fact on something already and you do a 10-minute pump up and you do push-ups and curls and do all that kind of stuff, you're gonna look way more different than if you were natural and do the same 10-minute before and after pump up. Did you know that? Did you know that SARMs, steroids, that kind of thing allows you to pump up more and make more of a dramatic transformation? You can be on steroids or SARMs and you wake up in the morning not pumped and you look completely normal. Stick your gut out a little bit. Lean back, stick your gut out, and stop doing all those flattering angles when you take your photos. And even though you're on PEDs, you actually look natural. So you're a fake natty, you take a picture making you look bad to make you look like you're natural. Then you do your pump up and all that good stuff. And then you post the after photo after you've got the pump. And you look incredibly different. It looks like you've trained for 6 months. I've done and posted this several times on my Instagram wall, showing people how I look when I'm standing there not flexing to after. And I don't even do the 10 minutes of push-ups. That's just me taking one photo and then taking the next. Imagine how much better you can look when you have a pump. So let's see what Matt says. Can't wait to learn from him.
I'm setting up for the before photo now. I turned the lights right down. Didn't turn them off because it was too dark. I turned them right down so I didn't get any of that sick down lighting. I opened both sets of blinds to get like natural light. Now, natural light can be an amazing thing, but only if you position it correctly.
Okay, so avoid overhead lighting and use natural lighting, but natural lighting that doesn't enhance your physique. So find the worst kind of lighting you can find and take a photo from there.
The first thing to note is that I'm not contracting my abs, and that makes an absolutely enormous difference.
Next step, don't flex your abs. Obviously, I think everyone knew that. Don't flex your abs and in fact stick your gut out. The worse you can make your abs look, the better.
If you contrast that with me kind of leaning my shoulders slightly towards the camera, what that does is it makes your shoulders look bigger and your waist look smaller relative to your shoulders.
So you lean back a little bit, get the gut in front because whatever's closer to the camera looks bigger. If you stand like this, shoulders look bigger, smaller waist. You stand like this, waist is closer, waist looks bigger, shoulders smaller, okay? Stick the shoulders back, let the gut out. gonna look way smaller. So he's trying to make himself look bad in the before photo, but honestly, in his before photo, he looks better than most people in their after photos. See, that goes back to step one, is don't be natty in the first place. Step one, the most important step for this before and after transformation to look natural then not natural is to not be natural in the first place.
It's time to get the after shot. So what I'm basically going to do here is create the best environment I possibly can, get the perfect conditions.
So in the after photo, be sure to get rid of all the natural light and get the strongest down lighting you can. Above the head, shining down on you, very, very strong. It's going to show that much more definition.
What I'm also doing here is turning the aircon up. I'm making the room like hotter. Quite simply, the warmer the room is, the more blood flow you're going to stimulate, the more kind of dilated your blood vessels are going to be, and the better the pump you can get.
Increase the temperature of the room. If you don't have a hot room, put on some clothes and do a big pump up. Bunch of push-ups, work out your entire body. It's what we do in the pump-up room before going on stage for a bodybuilding competition or before you take pictures for a photo shoot. You want to look your best. Looking your best means having a lot of muscle in all the major body parts. Shoulders, chest, biceps, back, you know what I mean. You want to look huge where you want to look huge. That is what she said. I mean, clearly, who doesn't want to look huge in all the right places? Man, finally got some joke in here.
I'm moving on, I'm doing some light bicep curls now. Not the same for everyone, but when it comes to me, I have a pretty prominent bicep vein, like the vascularity in my biceps is pretty good.
He has a pretty prominent bicep vein. He's pretty shredded. He's jacked physique to start with. So that goes back to the first point, which is to be a fake natty in the first place. I mean, I'm looking at him doing curls and I'm like, you telling me that's natural? This guy's natty. I've already done a natty or not on him, so just assume that I probably know what I'm talking about. But oh, let's assume he's natural because his testosterone levels were not too high, so he's probably natural. I fully expect he's gonna continue to improve and look better with age because these YouTube guys, all they seem to do is look better every single year. Unlike, you know, like regular folk who get worse as they get older, these guys get better forever. And if he's not in fact natural, that one set of push-ups and one set of bicep curls is going to help that much more. If you're actually natural and you do this, you probably need to pump up a lot longer, maybe for 20 minutes instead of 10. And you still won't get as a dramatic effect as if you were enhanced in the first place because the pump is just not going to be that good.
So now I'm doing lateral raises. Now again, the weight is light. It's key if you're trying to get a pump to keep the weight light. The weight gets too heavy, your form's going to break down and it's much harder to engage the muscles.
And some good advice from Matt, when you're pumping up, use light weights and do high reps. You're not trying to set PRs, you're not trying to max out on the push-up, okay? Do a lighter weight for higher reps, it's gonna pump more blood to the muscle, and just keep going. You don't need to rest, just do a set, move to the next, move to the next, and move to the next, and so on. The longer you do this, the bigger pump you're gonna get, then you can take your photo after. So just like we do before a bodybuilding competition, we're going through a circuit of exercise, we're going over and over again from one body part to the next. Depending if you're shooting the front or the back, you wanna pump up all the major muscle groups. What you don't need to do is do not do a bunch of sit-ups thinking that's gonna pump up your abs. That is not what you do. Relax the abs and don't bother working the quads. You don't need to work quads, hamstrings, calves, none of that. Keep the legs alone and work the upper body. And so he spraying himself with water saying he did a Gymshark shoot and he used water and it made him look nuts. Okay, what actually will help even more is to use oil. Rather than water, I suggest you use oil, posing oil, rubbing oil all over your body. It's gonna have you looking that much more shiny, glossy, and pumped and ripped, okay? If you use water, a little bit maybe, but nothing like oil. Oil is gonna bring out all that definition. Now don't go crazy. You don't swim in the oil, but a little bit of oil spread out throughout the body is certainly gonna make you look a lot better.
Oh, and on a side note, contracting your abs for like 30 plus seconds for a photo is friggin' hard. Like, I don't have to train abs, I can just pose for photos and get a sick ab workout. Ah! Oh, God. Tensing your abs is so hard.
And just like me, he said, I don't need to train abs, I can just pose for photos. That is advice I give to everyone. I don't train my abs, I flex them, I pose them. If you want your abs to look good, practice making your abs look good. Flex them. Getting a low enough percentage of body fat while practicing to properly display your abs, it's a bunch of peas. I'm gonna soon need to say pickle pizza. That's how you show off your abs, and that's how you can display your abs properly in an after photo. If you don't practice posing your abs, even if you have abs, you're not gonna know how to show them the right way. And trust me, back in the day when I used to do photo shoots, the abs, that's the only body part that I would get sore. You're flexing your abs for all you're worth in every single photo. It is not easy. It's the hardest thing. You flex completely, blowing out all your air so that the abs are showing as much as possible. That's why people look so lean in photos. You're flexing for all you're worth.
The before picture and the after picture, and again, like, the difference is ridiculous. Like, it's my body, but even I am like, that guy is definitely on steroids. Like,
and he admitted it. The truth is out. That guy's definitely on steroids. He said it.
I think most of you guys probably like picture my physique looking like that. The truth is, a lot of the time it looks more like that. That is a more realistic reflection of how I look from day to day. I mean,
so he's saying most of the time I look like that, but most of you think I look like that. But when he looked like that, he picked the worst possible lighting and he stuck his gut out and made himself look bad. He's like, yeah, that's how I usually look. No, you usually don't look as bad as you can make yourself look. You usually look somewhere in the middle of the worst to the best. Okay, that's how it looks. I'd actually go with the way you look right now, standing in the middle of these two photos with the Gymshark shirt on, looking ridiculously good, looking like a fake natty. I mean, sitting there with the tight shirt, all you see is testicles popping through the shirt. He's got a huge bicep vein. He looks like a fake natty. Sorry, I'm just telling you what I think.
What you see on social media, and like I said, Instagram in particular, can be so, in fact, a lot of the time is very, very misleading.
But I do agree with Matt. What you see on social media is very misleading. You're seeing the absolute best from everyone. So stop comparing yourself to the absolute best of everyone. It's not a fair comparison, especially when they're fake natties.
What you are seeing is the absolute best part of someone. You're seeing someone in their best light, looking as good as they can. People don't take pictures of themselves looking and post it on social media, or most people don't. They take pictures of themselves looking as good as they possibly can.
Exactly. The photos we're posting are best photos. Now, one thing I don't have the time to do is pump up before photos. So I just take a photo. But when I do post photos, it's me in the morning before I had a big meal, because my stomach sticks out after I eat. So if I want to look good, I'm taking photos of me in the morning before I eat. Another time, if I'm at the gym, that's another great time. If I just finished working out at the gym, haven't eaten for a few hours, another great time to take a photo. So I 100% agree with Matt. It's a great message. He's saying stop going for this unattainable look that not even the best people that actually look like that look like that. They look like that for like 0.01% of the time. That's their best photo that they can take on their best day. Stop setting yourself up for disappointment. I say the same message all the time. What do I say exactly? Whatever your dream physique is, imagine getting halfway there, because actually getting that, it's too hard. It doesn't make sense. It's not realistic. So whatever you want to look like, maybe it's MattDoesFitness. Try to get halfway there.
And to be honest, even if that person's physique is realistic, even if it is a physique they do have like 24 hours a day from day to day, you still shouldn't be aspiring to achieve someone else's physique.
You shouldn't be aspiring to achieve someone else's physique. It's your own physique. You shouldn't be comparing yourself to other people. You compare yourself to you. What should you strive for? Be better than you are. Don't try to be someone else. Try to be the best you that you can be. Now listen, if you're already struggling to look the way you are, you're hungry all the time, you're lacking energy, you gotta face the truth. It's too hard. It's too hard. You can't do it. You need to have a realistic goal. Now, if you haven't got my cookbook and you're not eating low-calorie dense foods, maybe there's hope for you. There's hope because maybe you can get rid of those hunger cravings by filling up your stomach and reducing ghrelin. That's a hunger hormone. It comes for you. It starts punching your face, makes you want to eat. You get rid of that, reduce that by eating more food. There's so many tips and tricks to help you. But listen, if you're suffering all the time and you've tried everything, just stop. It's not worth it.
And this is so common. Someone will say to me, my goal is to look exactly like this person. And the truth is, for most people, it's never gonna happen. So I've said it a million times before, and it sounds super cheesy. The best goal you can set is just to be a better version of yourself.
It's literally as if we're trading brains here. We're exactly thinking 100% the same thing. The only difference is I'm on HRT and I'm not a fake natty. and I'm not sponsored by Gymshark, and I don't do videos saying I ate my cousin's wife's breakfast, except it was 5 times what his sister ate, and it was his daughter's son's cousin's former roommate's breakfast that I ate at McDonald's 5 times today, and then tomorrow I eat 10 times what you ate at Tim Hortons for the rest of my life because you ate what Tim ate and she ate that too, and I'm sick of eating. That's his videos in a nutshell. You guys know that's his videos.
Just to reiterate, just to hammer home the point, when you see a person on social media looking like that, the truth is that person probably spends most of their time looking more like that.
MattDoesFitness had a great message here. Hope you learned from him. Hope you watch his video. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IB Pro. Blue put up 2 videos. Watch the bottom, not the top today. I don't like the top one, just the bottom. And until next time, I am out. He's pretty shredded. He's jacked physique to start with. So that goes back to the first point, which is to be a fake natty in the first place.